I'm Tyrone, and you now tuning into the Hill Stevens podcast. Because if you ain't tuning in, I'm fucking your girl, long dick style, and that's non-negotiable.
This is your WWE TLC 2020 preview and predictions. There's also another installment of Around the Point for December 17th, 2020. It is Thursday, that is, right? So before I get into the preview and predictions, I want to make two announcements. Number one, I am happy to let all of you know now that yours truly is no longer dealing with COVID-19. A couple of hours ago, I got the results back for my second COVID test, and it came back negative. I am happy to know that I can continue going back to work. These last 2 weeks were fucking annoying. I want to take this time again to thank everyone that has reached out to me the last 2 weeks while I was dealing with COVID-19. And I'm just happy to know that I can put all of this behind me and continue on with my life. I go back to work tomorrow morning at 3 a.m. So it's back to the grind. It's going back to making this bread, this paper, if you will. All the kids now say, I gotta go get the bag. So I'm happy for that, if you will. Announcement number 2. I know Christmas is next week. Again, I've lost track of time, that is, right? Dealing with COVID. I played FIFA all fucking day, and I just lost track of time. So I do plan on doing a Christmas show. I talked about this on last Sunday's edition of Around the Point. There will be a Christmas show. The plan is to get a couple of us on a Skype call, just shoot the shit, if you will. That is the plan. As well, get more people into. My plan is to get the usual crew, myself, Big Mike, Chase, Walter, Dave Sack, hell, maybe just maybe OK Fabe and others. I might have some surprises. You'll see. But that is the plan. Now, as far as the date goes, I'll have more details on that by the time we hit Sunday when I do review TLC. So there's that too. Anyway, let's get into the predictions. This is WWE's final pay-per-view of the year of 2020. Now, I know for a lot of us, we can say that, hey, we want 2020 to be done with. We want to move on, look forward to the new year where COVID isn't around anymore. We can go back to doing what we used to do, right? Going to wrestling shows, enjoying what we used to enjoy, going to concerts, sporting events. And obviously the big one, not having to fucking wear a mask anymore. But we got to take everything one step at a fucking time. But let's see what happens here, right? Again, 2020 started off, for WWE that is, right? Started off with so much potential, right? Drew won the Rumble, Drew and Brock, and then COVID happened and just everything just went to shit, if you will. So I look at this card. And I gotta tell you guys, I am not excited for this show. I'm not saying to myself, man, I look forward to Sunday. And I know for a fact that I am not the only one. I know for a fact that there's a lot of people out there that do watch wrestling, that watch Raw and they watch SmackDown, and they say to themselves, you know what? I look forward to Sunday for the pay-per-view. This time, I guarantee you, it's, hey, Sunday's coming up, and instead of watching the pay-per-view, what I'm going to do instead is, right, get with my girlfriend or get with the boyfriend and watch something on Netflix or watch something on Hulu, watch something on Amazon Prime, watch something on, I don't know, Peacock or Disney Plus. Instead, we're going to just get something going in the kitchen, baking a cake, learning how to, I don't know, cook a whole chicken. Just throwing examples out there because, again, you can go out. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't recommend it if you get what I'm saying. So I guarantee no one right now is excited or thrilled, but at the same time, let's be honest too, WWE will set the bar so low that when you watch the pay-per-view, it's like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. That's what I'm hoping here, if you will. That, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So it was a solid pay-per-view. That's what I'm aiming for here, if you get what I'm saying. But, and again, I know it's Thursday. I know SmackDown hasn't happened yet. There will be that dork in the comment that will say, SmackDown hasn't happened yet. You didn't mention this match. You forgot this match. Again, I'm recording this on Thursday because I have to go back to work tomorrow morning at 3 in the morning. Just keep that in mind as I'm going through this, okay? So what I will do is mention a match or two that I do think will happen on the pay-per-view. Honestly, I just see one match being added to the show, if you want my honest opinion. Now, chime in with your predictions and all that stuff in the comment thread below. If not, let me know over on Twitter at HeelSteven. Again, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Hit the bell icon. Be notified when this motherflower uploads a video, goes live and all that stuff. Yes, there will be a live review this Sunday after the pay-per-view, in case you're wondering. So I'm looking at this card again. A match that I do see happening, let's get this out of the way, is the Street Profits defending the SmackDown Tag Team titles against Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Now, if you remember last Friday on SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler defeated Montez Ford after Robert Roode distracted Ford by attacking Angelo Dawkins. And because of all that, Ziggler got the win, hitting the SuperKick. So because of all of this, right, I do see them probably tomorrow doing Robert Roode versus Angelo Dawkins. And, there, Dawkins gets the win. And then from there, let's have a match on Sunday for the tag title. It should be a fun match, all the hell you want. But at the same time, I do see the Street Profits retaining. Yes, they'll throw the cups and shit, but that's what I see happening here, if you will. Now, I look at this card again, and I'm just saying to myself, man, what a depressing card. We have Sasha Banks defending the SmackDown Women's Championship versus Carmella. Now, if you remember on SmackDown this past Friday, they gave you the match on free television. They're like, yeah, listen, fuck all of you that pay however much you pay for the WWE Network. We're going to give this shit for free on television. That's basically what WWE said. So I'm like, why am I watching this now? Now, there's a lot of people who were under the impression that, because Snoop Dogg, who is Sasha's cousin or uncle, or Sasha's relative for this matter, right, is going to appear on AEW, that WWE is going to punish Sasha Banks by having her lose her title to Carmella on free television. Everyone was under that impression that Friday night on social media. I can't even explain to you guys how many tweets I saw of that. Oh, WWE, so petty. Because, oh my God, Snoop Dogg gonna appear on Dynamite in a couple of weeks on the New Year Bash show, what have you. And they're gonna have Sasha lose the championship. All because of that's petty like WWE. And it didn't happen. It ended up in a disqualification because Sasha snapped, which was fine. And then you had Sasha's butler, Carmella's butler, who looks like a miniature Emmanuel Hudson from Wild 'N Out, by the way, get involved, and he got suplex and shit like that. And then Carmella at the end hit her with the fucking champagne bottle, that being Sasha, that is. So we're having this match. Again, I'm not excited about it. I'm not looking, oh my God. But again, this is the return of Carmella, right? And I want to believe you want her to look good in this match, which I think she will, obviously. Now, do I see them taking the title off Sasha right now? That'd be dumb. Especially, when you look at 2021, a match you can definitely make at a WrestleMania. That is between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, which I think will be a fun match when it does happen. But at the same time, you could do a short run. You have Carmella become the champion just in time for Sasha to take it back, I say, at the Royal Rumble or so. We'll see about that. But as far as the winner goes right now, I'm going to go with, and I'm going to go with my gut feeling here. I'm going to go with Carmella. But Sasha gets the belt back before, or by the time we're in the Royal Rumble. That's what I see happening here with that. Moving on here, we have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defending the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship versus Asuka and now a mystery partner. Because I don't know if you watched on Monday Night Raw, it was Nia Jax versus Lana, and Lana beat Nia Jax. Yes, Lana beat Nia Jax, and in the process, she got beat up by the women's tag team champions. So now, because of what happened, Lana will not be able to make it to the pay-per-view. And now Asuka has to find herself a tag team partner. It's supposedly right now vacant, if you will. But let's see here the possibility. And I said this on Twitter on Monday. They are planting the seeds. And remember what I'm saying this right now. They are planting the seeds for a Lana Royal Rumble win come Royal Rumble 2021. They are. Everything you're seeing right now with Lana is leading up to that fucking moment. I know I don't want to see it, and I know I'm not the only one. I know for a fact I am not the only one. And I know people are going to say, oh, Steve, you shouldn't say that, you know. They just came out with a documentary on Lana a couple of weeks ago. You should be cheering for her. Listen, bruh. Listen, you dork. Okay? A documentary does not change my point of view. Does not. Good documentary. Don't get me wrong. But does that make me want to sit here and say, man, I want to see Lana win the Royal Rumble in a couple of weeks? Fuck no. Fuck no. But they're planting the seeds. I guarantee you that right now. Now, that being said, and God, imagine with the rumor that I heard apparently she's going to enter at 30 and there's no one in the ring. God help us all. Now, who could be the surprise partner here, right? Now, I've thrown some names out there. I said at first, hey, maybe it's Io Shirai from NXT. It'd be cool if they bring an NXT name. But no, because again, she is currently the NXT Women's Champion, and I don't think they want to cross or go down that path again, if you will. So at the end of the day, I came up with the obvious choice here. We have not seen this person in a minute. That being Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, I believe, will be the partner replacing Lana here to team up with Asuka. She was due to return any time now, so why not here, if you will? And do I see them winning the tag titles here? Possibly. Quite possibly. I mean, it'll be silly, right? If you have Asuka and Charlotte Flair team up and not win the tag title. That'll be stupid if they don't. So that being said, I'm going to go with, again, Asuka, and who I think will be the mystery partner, that being Charlotte Flair, to become the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion. It is another belt that Charlotte Flair could add to her collection of all titles that she's held in WWE. And more to her accolades, if you will. Her list of accomplishments, put it that way. So there you go with that. Moving on. We have here Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending the championship. My tribal chief, your tribal chief, the head of the table, if you will, going up against Kevin Owens. Again, I've been enjoying everything that they've been doing with Roman Reigns. Now, you all know as well, I'm a Kevin Owens fan. I've been a big Kevin Owens fan for a long time, way before he was Kevin Owens, back when he was Kevin Steen. There's a time on this YouTube channel where Kevin Steen / Kevin Owens would do the intro for this channel. Remember though? Remember the good old days, if you will? Yeah. So, again, the fan of me would love to see Kevin Owens win the championship, right? We all saw what happened, right? This past Friday on SmackDown when Roman Reigns attacked Kevin Owens backstage and he mentioned Owens' family and all that stuff. Again, they're getting personal here. A lot of people can relate to that shit, if you will. It should be a fun match back and forth in a TLC, that is, right? Where Owens doesn't have to get pinned, nor does Roman got to get pinned. You got to climb the ladder and retrieve the championship. Likely, just like we saw on Monday with AJ and Drew, where they put the belt up in the air, they might do that on Friday with Roman, with Roman and Kevin. Hi, Kevin. But that being said, again, it's an intriguing match. Here's Kevin Owens, a guy who's fighting for his family as well. He doesn't fear Roman Reigns like Jey Uso does, right? Here's Roman again, head of the table, the tribal chief. And that being said, again, he's gone vicious now. He doesn't have any sympathy for anyone, if you will, right? He wants everyone to fear him. Badass, all right? And everyone all of a sudden is still jumping on the fucking bandwagon too. But that being fucking said, I'm gonna go, and again, I'm a big Kevin Owens fan. You all fucking know that. But I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns retaining the championship. There you go with that. You're just throwing Kevin Owens to be a body just so they can get into the new year. And that's fine too. That's fucking fine. Another match I see them adding to the show is Sami Zayn versus Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, if you saw on Friday, we had Big E and Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, right? And it ended up in a countout when Sami Zayn found a way to win. And they have a new shirt out for Sami Zayn, too. Very masterful design, by the way. And again, there's this talk of Big E and becoming a serious singles guy, right? People wanting to see Big E challenge Roman for the Universal title at WrestleMania next year, right? Because they don't want to see Goldberg versus Roman, right? Remember what happened last week? The internet overreacted. Oh my God, they lost their shit when WrestleVote posted the rumored WrestleMania card, okay? So that being said, it should be a fun match too. All you want, but if the idea is that we're building up Big E, I would say Big E does become the new champion. I see Big E winning the Intercontinental Championship here. If they do make the match, of course. I'm just throwing an idea of a match they could throw at the pay-per-view, if you will. From there, we go on to The Fiend Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in a Firefly Infernal match, a.k.a. an Infernal match. Now, if you all watch what happened on Monday Night Raw, Bray Wyatt, Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, brought out the entire cast of the Firefly Funhouse to the Thunderdome, right? Randy Orton wanted to play hide and seek. And you saw Bray and all the other cast members, if you will, backstage, trying to find Randy Orton. And Bray goes into this room with a rocking chair. He sits in the rocking chair. Orton comes out, attacks him from behind, right? And he puts Bray Wyatt into this fucking box. He locks it in, throws gasoline. He throws a fucking lighter. It lights up. And then the fucking box opens up with the flames and all. And out came the Fiend. And he fucking put the Man of a Claw on Randy Orton. That was cool. Believe it or not, I thought him coming out of the box with the flames and shit, I thought that was badass. The way they did it. Fucking wicked. And because of that, now we're having a fucking Infernal match. I mean, when was the last time we saw an Infernal match? I would say MVP and Kane, Armageddon, I want to say 2005 or 6, I believe it was. Yeah, 2000, it had to be 06. Armageddon 06, MVP versus Kane. I think that was the last time that I remember seeing an Infernal match in WWE. Now, the idea is that, hey, they got to light them up on fire, right? Will the ring be around with fire, or will they put the box back? You got to throw them in the box and burn the box. I don't fucking know. Again, the idea is that Orton thinks he's still the most vicious son of a bitch, right? That has no remorse, but then here's the Fiend now, right? With Alexa Bliss. And it looked like Orton found a way to get to the Fiend through Alexa Bliss and all that stuff. They're trying to, and again, at this point, at the same time, I don't even know who is the babyface, who is the heel here. Who am I supposed to cheer for in this match? Who am I supposed to cheer for? Who am I supposed to boo for? I don't fucking know. Do not sleep on this match. I think honestly, it'll probably be the match of the night. There's a part of me that said this will be cinematic too. I look forward to seeing this if it's cinematic, because I get the feeling that it will be cinematic. That being said, I see the Fiend getting the win. So there's that too. And the Viper being put in flames. So we'll see that too. We don't know, but you kind of get the idea, okay? We get the New Day of Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus the Hurt Business of Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin for the WWE for the Raw tag team titles, if you will. And it should be a fun match. It should be a fun little match. All the hell you want. If you remember on Raw this past Monday, I think it was Cedric Alexander who got the win. I think it was against Xavier Woods. I think it was. You gotta think about this too, right? Cedric Alexander has gotten literally wins over both members of the New Day, right? Let that sink in for a second. So we're gonna get the match, and I want to believe that the New Day's run as tag team champ had to come to an end, if you will. So that being said, I'm gonna go with the Hurt Business becoming the new Raw tag team champions. And if you want to throw one more match in there, I think we'll get Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle, if you will. For the U.S. title, Lashley will win that. But there's that. Now, let's get to the main event. For the WWE Championship, TLC match, Drew McIntyre defending the championship versus AJ Styles. Now, I've been enjoying this whole friendship of Drew and Sheamus because you know where it's going to go. You know that eventually they're going to go at it. I would say Royal Rumble time. I know everyone thinks that on Sunday, Sheamus will turn on Drew and that'll be it. I know on Raw a couple of weeks ago, Sheamus hit the brogue kick at Drew McIntyre in a tag team match or in a handicap match, whatever the fuck it was, right? That's everyone's thought right now. That being said, right, at the same time, you also have The Miz, who is currently Money in the Bank, the holder of the briefcase, right? And the idea, will he cash in? Will he cash in here and, become the WWE champion? I hope not. Again, the last thing I want to see is Miz as fucking WWE champion right now. Can you imagine what happens if Miz 10 years later becomes WWE champion? Oh my God, the uproar on the internet. Holy crap. But again, all that being said, I've enjoyed the run here. What they're doing with Sheamus and Drew. You have AJ now, who made sense to challenge Drew McIntyre for the championship. He has his insurance policy, and Omos, who this past Monday on Raw, I've heard him speak and talk the most that he's been on the main roster. Even though he's one of the guys that has been told to go back to the Performance Center to get some refinement, along with Otis and Keith Lee, who's not even on the fucking pay-per-view, which is insane, and others, right? So put all this together, it should be a fun match, a TLC match, all the hell you want to. And this past Monday on Raw as well, AJ had the upper hand on Drew. And all this is for Drew McIntyre to overcome adversity. And I think he will. And I think Miz will try to, cash in and he'll fail. I don't think, again, we'll see Sheamus turn on Drew. Not right now, it'll be too soon. I do think that you want to make that match. Maybe you will as well. Maybe so. You know what? Maybe we do see Drew winning, but Sheamus turning his back on Drew McIntyre. And that leads to the Royal Rumble. Sheamus and Drew for the WWE Championship, which should be a win for Drew as well. But with that being said, as fun as a matchup it will be, I know Drew said is one of the matches that he's wanted to have for a long time because AJ Styles, and who doesn't? I do see Drew McIntyre retaining the WWE title. And that concludes the predictions. Again, you look at this show, you're not really looking forward to it. Watching the show, let's hope that WWE can make you say, you know what, it was actually a good show, believe it or not. I'm surprised. I'm shocked here, if you will. Just to keep you guys, again, up to date, I will be doing a review once the show is over. So again, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteve. Hit the bell icon next to that subscribe button. You'll be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, like I will Sunday once the show is over. All right. This weekend is crazy, right? This weekend you have TLC on Sunday, and then this Saturday, Canelo's fighting. Holy shit. I can't wait. Cannot fucking wait. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can check this out also on the audio format over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, also over at Anchor.fm, which is a sponsor of Around the Point. All right. Drop down your comments with your predictions and matches that you see being added once SmackDown is off the air and all that stuff. And with that being said, guys, I am Steve, and this has been another installment of Around the Point. I'll see you all Sunday for TLC Review.